Another day, another drama. What's up, guys? I'm Sebastian Williams and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, in today's episode of Keeping Up with the Beauty Gurus, we have, of course, you guessed it, none other than Jeffree Star. Now, he's, of course, back on my channel because yesterday he decided to upload a part 2 of his Never Doing This Again apology video to James Charles. Now, if you are completely unaware of the situation, which... I don't know how you can be, but definitely go and check out my other videos that I did on this topic. It is super interesting, and yeah. For the first time in months, Jeffree Star decides to speak out. Now, I have some stuff to say. I have some stuff to share with you guys. It's going to be a very good tea video. So definitely buckle up and get ready and watch the video to the end because, girl, I'm gonna spill some tea. Besides his statement on his brand page, Jeffree Star didn't really speak out on anything that has been happening over the last few weeks, whether it was regarding James Charles, Tati, Shane, Morphe, anything. Jeffree Star was completely silent, and actually he was, chilling in his house. I mean, there were videos of him, hanging out with other beauty gurus and just chilling in his pool.
Getting tired now, though, to me.
And now he finally decided to come out with an apology video regarding the James Charles situation. Now, of course, everyone's kind of shocked because it was not announced. I mean, we knew Tati was going to upload a video because she was like hinting with music lyric videos. Jeffree Star is completely silent and he just uploaded it out of nowhere and no one was really expecting it. But he does share some interesting stuff.
And I'm fully admitting my flaws, and I hope that people...
Now, of course, Jeffree Star uploaded his Never Doing This Again apology video last year too, and basically this is kind of like a part 2. He is not going to share any DMs, he's not going to share any text messages, he's not going to out anyone, he's not going to talk about anyone, he's going to take the big L and keep it moving.
And today I will not be sitting here showing a million text messages and all these things that allegedly are out there. My lawyers are entertaining it behind the scenes. I didn't try to take anyone down. I'm not a villain in a movie. And a lot of things that are happening and being said are false.
Some stuff is not adding up, and I feel like it's time to talk about it. Now, Jeffree Star basically apologized to James Charles regarding everything that has been going on, and I mean, it's now up to James to respond. I don't know if James is going to respond, but I feel like, James, it's your turn now. Now, the one thing that I really want to highlight is that it's a weird situation, and Jeffree Star basically just said, "Hi, I'm sorry, goodbye."
My bad, I'm sorry.
So in this video, he mentions a couple of things. First, he apologizes to James. Secondly, he starts talking about Black Lives Matter, which is, of course, a very important cause that we are dealing with all around the world, here in the Netherlands, in the United States, everywhere. This movement is really taking off, and that's a great thing to bring awareness of, but I will get to that in a minute. And he's promoting his own brand. Now, girl. Now, you have to understand, Jeffree Star had a voice memo of someone saying that James Charles did something bad to him. Like, this has been confirmed by multiple sources, and actually Blair White exposed this. She said that Jeffree Star had this voice memo, and Tati also confirmed it. And basically on this voice memo, there was something dark about James Charles that Jeffree Star allegedly has.
Why don't we all take a look?
He then provided me with receipts of a voice memo from a YouTuber who was allegedly sexually molested by James Charles.
Jeffree sent me what he claimed was an audio file from an alleged victim and told me to listen to the pain in their voice. The audio was clearly a small portion of a larger conversation.
Jeffree Star willingly and knowingly spread this voice memo behind the scenes to multiple influencers. And Jeffree Star was showing this voice memo around with the intention to alter their image of James Charles. If you are going out of your way to share voice memos of people that you have, and you have something over these people, and you were like sharing it with this and that and talking about it on a podcast again, shading this person online, I just feel like saying sorry and just like keeping it moving is just not enough. That's just my opinion. I don't want to keep dragging this situation completely through and through. Like, I know, like, at some point we have to move on, but I feel like this person literally sat in his house and shared a voice memo with other people. Like, what was the intention of that? That wasn't just like, oh, let me just shade someone on Twitter. That was literally like trying to ruin someone else. But according to Jeffree Star, that was not the case. Now, he also mentioned something very interesting, and I think it's worth noting. He actually talks about how people were in his ear. As you know, Tati, of course, mentioned that Shane and Jeffree were in her ear, and now Jeffree Star is saying that other people were in his ear, making him think certain things about James Charles.
I would like to personally apologize to James Charles for the words that I've said and for my actions. If I was really close with someone, I should have had the ability to just simply call them and ask and say, hey, these were the things that were being said to me. Instead, I didn't. I let people really gas me up, get me going behind the scenes, and I really fell for a lot of things and I got caught up in the hype. It's disgusting, it's awful, and none of it should have happened. So James, I am truly sorry for my actions and my behavior.
Now, the fact that Jeffree Star has apologized to James Charles makes me believe that this voice memo is nothing. It is not true. If the voice memo contained something that was actually true, like James Charles had an actual alleged victim, then Jeffree Star would now apologize to a predator. One thing has not been mentioned by anyone, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this. Who was in Jeffree's ear? We want to know who was in Jeffree Star's ear. Jeffree Star is one of the biggest creators on the platform. Who was talking to Jeffree Star about James Charles and was negatively impacting Jeffree Star's opinion? Now, Jeffree Star is also going on about Black Lives Matter, and he's talking about, you know, Breonna Taylor and her case and everything, and that is all fantastic, of course, but it's completely irrelevant to the situation. Yes, it is amazing to bring awareness to it.
And did I get swept up into the bullshit again? Of course I did. And for that, I'm forever embarrassed of. Now, Breonna Taylor still has no justice. Black trans women are being murdered every day and the news is silent.
Jeffree Star can easily sit in his studio and do a fundraiser and, you know, raise money for the cases or the charities or the petitions, and he could do like a dedicated video on this topic, but he hasn't even shared anything on his YouTube channel. So I think it's a little bit hypocritical to now say like, oh wait, but there are like actual bigger things going on, so like we should not talk about this, which I think is more of like a deflecting behavior. It has nothing to do with each other. And then in the end, he actually promotes his own brand, saying like, oh, we have so many amazing projects coming in August.
What is next? You guys know Jeffree Star Cosmetics will never be slowing down, and I'm so excited for everything that is coming for the rest of 2020.
All I know is that he apologizes to James, which indicates to me that he was in the wrong, like Jeffree Star was in the wrong, because otherwise there's no need to apologize. So I personally think that, you know, Jeffree Star for sure was being led on by this person who he has this voice memo from, or recorded it from, and that altered his image of James Charles, and that he then later, you know, used that information to turn Tati or to turn Shane or whatever, or he shared this information with them with the intention to like bring awareness to this situation. Now, also something very worth noting is that Jeffree Star actually had his comments turned on, and there were about 28,000 comments, and then he decided to delete the comment section, so you cannot comment anymore, and it has now around 40 to 50% dislike ratio. Jeffree Star mentioned in the video that he wants to be held accountable and that we as the viewers should hold him accountable.
We have to all take accountability for our own actions and no one else's, and that's what I will continue to do. And if I don't, please remind me.
But then he literally turns off the comment sections, making it difficult for us to hold him accountable. Also, anyone that has any negative comments about Jeffree Star on Twitter gets blocked. Now, of course, Shane Dawson also had a lot of controversy over the past few weeks. A lot of old clips resurfaced, and basically he started losing a lot of followers, and a lot of people were very disgusted by these jokes. And Jeffree Star has now come out to defend Shane Dawson publicly, which I think is also interesting because he hasn't said anything up until this point, and he is now finally come online to defend his friend Shane Dawson. Now, of course, Shane has been completely silent for the last few weeks too.
I know that Shane would put his family and friends before himself in a flash. Now, did Shane and I get caught up in the drama and do some dumb shit? Of course we did. But that is my best friend, and I was actually truly shocked that people thought that I was going to distance myself from him. Now, do I agree with Shane's past actions? Of course I don't. And does he agree with my past behavior? Of course he doesn't.
It is interesting to know that Jeffree Star is out here supporting Shane Dawson, who is, of course, I mean, whether you still want to support Shane Dawson or not, that's completely up to you, but Jeffree Star has decided to do it. That's up to you to decide if you like that or not. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. That was the tea for today. I'm sure there will be a next episode very, very soon because the influencers are really, really, really trying it. Anyways, guys, follow me on my social media. Everything will be linked down below. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.